Hey guys, we're going to try a little bit of a different video type of just watching me kind of take the notes here and kind of listening to my voice as I'm talking through this. So a few takeaways from the activity that we had, right? Initially you were doing sample sizes of 25, right? And in both those cases, one time you did 10 samples of 25 and one time you did 400 samples of 25, meaning you're getting 25 people, you're finding a statistic and you're graphing that 10 times versus getting 25 people, finding the statistic and then graphing that 400 times. We found that between these, some people's mean of their statistics, right, the mean of their statistics was got closer to the true parameter, right, an unbiased situation, and sometimes they didn't really change, right? So it wasn't really indicative of that the more samples really got you that much closer to the true parameter. Some of you did get a little bit closer, but it's not really that indicative. The standard deviation of the two here, right? Your standard deviation of your statistic, right? We saw didn't really change. Some of you statistic got bigger, or the standard deviation got bigger, and some of you the standard deviation got smaller, depending which way. So it's not really, doesn't really change. The mean and the standard deviation not really changing as the number is increasing. But as we made the sample size larger, when we made the sample size 50, we immediately saw a difference, right? The mean of the statistic still wasn't quite accurate in most people's cases, wasn't exactly equal to the parameter, meaning it was biased, but it was pretty darn close. But we saw that the standard deviation of the sampling distribution decreased, right? So our distribution looked a little bit more like this, with the mean here close to the true parameter, instead of having it look something more like this. Right, more spread out. So we saw that as n, the amount of people that are in our sample before we take the statistic and then graph it, increases, the standard deviation decreased, or the variability decreased. That is the main takeaway from that activity. So make sure you have that in the conclusion section before you turn it in. Hope you're having a good Monday.